Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video we're going to be talking about romance books I find overhyped, romance books I find underhyped. So let's get into it. I'm very excited to talk about these books, so let's do it. We're going to start off with the overhyped books. So these are books that I've read that were very popular on Book Talk, on Bookstagram, that I was very excited to read, and they just ended up disappointing me. They ended up not being what I wanted them to be. I just found them overhyped. I did not really like the word overhyped because I feel like books are subjective. Just because I didn't like this book doesn't mean that you won't like this book, and there's nothing wrong with loving this book. That's why I don't really like the word overhyped, because how can a book be overhyped when it's just opinions? Everyone has their own opinion. First, we're going to start with the overhyped books. So this one is controversial because I love Elsie Silver. She's one of my favorite authors. I absolutely love her books. Chestnut Spring series, Chef Kiss, amazing. But here in her Rose Hill series, I did not really enjoy Wild Love, and it makes me really sad because I had such high hopes for this book. I really thought that I was gonna go in and be like 5-star. I don't understand the hype around it. Everyone adores it, and I just kind of felt left out because I wanted to love it. I just found this book really boring, and I just didn't love the characters. I wasn't a fan of Ford and Rosie. I found their romance really immature, and I just found their games immature. There's nothing stopping them being together, and they were being so lame, and I just feel like, just be together. Like, why are you not together? What is stopping you? It's just, I found them really annoying, especially Rosie. I found her really intolerable. I just don't get the love this book had. This book I gave like 3 stars. It just wasn't my favorite. Wild Love is based, Ford opens up a recording studio in Rose Hill, and when he gets a daughter shows up at his front door, and he's like, what the heck, I have a kid. And also his childhood crush comes back into town to try to navigate having this crush on his childhood frenemy and also balancing the life of being a new dad. And honestly, I just didn't really enjoy the plot. I didn't like how he became a father. I just feel like just because you donate sperm does not make you a father to any child, and it's just my honest opinion. Personally, that's just how I see things. Cora kept referring to Ford as her father, and I just feel like it was disrespectful because she already has a dad who died, and I just did not jive with that kind of plot. I just did not agree with this plot of the whole sperm donor vibe. I just feel like I liked the whole small town billionaire kind of vibe. Like, yes, I did give this book 3 stars. It's a fun book overall, but I found it just really boring at times and dragging, especially in the middle. I found it dragging a lot. I just feel like Cora and Ford didn't have enough bonding time. If you're gonna kind of give me a single dad plot, I wanted to see more Ford being a father, and I feel like we just didn't really see that. We just kind of saw Ford pining over Rosie. I just wanted more of him being a dad kind of plot. This book is thick. Like, this is a big book, and I just feel like I wanted more Ford and Cora in this book. I feel like Cora's life is so traumatic in this book. Like, she literally had to move to a new city with a random stranger because her mom can't take care of her, and I feel like she was way too chill. I wanted to see more emotional depth. It's a very complicated situation, and I just feel like it just wasn't taken that serious. First book of Rosie Hill wasn't my favorite, but Wild Eyes, my god, I ran to the bookstore to get Wild Eyes because I loved Weston Belmont in this book. I was so excited that he got his own book, and Weston and Skylar are the loves of my life. So just because I found Wild Love overhyped did not mean that I didn't absolutely adore Wild Eyes. Next book I found overhyped, and this is also a very popular author, and it is Throttled by Lauren Asher. I know Lauren Asher is more famous for her Dreamland Billionaire series. I own the fine print. I have to read it, but Throttled just did not hit the way that I thought it was gonna hit. I was so excited to read this book. I am not an F1 girly. Like, I know nothing about F1, and I just thought, like, yo, this is gonna be fun. I'm gonna like read this. I'm gonna love it. And something about this book I just did not enjoy. I don't know if it's Lauren Asher's writing that I didn't love, but I just found this book extremely boring, and I did not like the characters at all, especially the love interest. I think his name was Noah. I found him really annoying. I found this book to be really cringe. I just did not enjoy Noah and Maya. So basically, follow Noah. He's like the bad boy of racing. He's a player, blah blah blah. He just goes through women, you know, that kind of thing. And he's in love with Maya. Maya is his enemy's sister. So it's kind of like, I thought the plot was kind of fun. I didn't mind Maya. Like, she's kind of on tour with them, vlogging on her YouTube. I kind of found that plot fun, but I just found their relationship just really not believable. I didn't feel like they were in love. I didn't feel their chemistry. I didn't feel their tension. I didn't care about them enough. I gave this book 3 stars, but it's probably more of a 2 stars. I did read it like 3 years ago. I feel like 3 stars was a little bit, you know, me being kind of easy on it. The thing is, when it comes to romance books, if I am not in love with the male main character, if I am not falling head over heels with the boyfriend, with the love interest, I'm not gonna enjoy this book. Found Throttle to be very cliche and typical. We have the typical bad boy player who goes through women, and then he has family issues. Like, I feel like this kind of didn't bring anything new to the romance genre. There was nothing for me to be like, oh wow, like this is so cute, so adorable. I just found it mostly boring most of the time. It took me a while to get through this book. The author didn't make F1 fun. I feel like when I read a sports romance, I know nothing about football, but I don't mind reading a football romance because the author makes the football game, makes the football player, makes the whole vibe fun for me to read, so I don't mind reading about it. But I feel like this kind of made it very boring, and I was like, I don't really care, like I just want this to be over. And yeah, like with Maya, I can't put my finger exactly on why I didn't like her character. I think I just found her very annoying. I didn't see the chemistry between them. I didn't see their forbidden, tensiony, angsty romance between them. I found them to be, they were more like friends when I was reading this book. So yeah, Throttled is definitely overhyped. So next we're going to talk about the books that I love, that I think deserve so much more love than they get, and that are completely underhyped. So let's get to it. So the first book we're going to talk about is actually this author. They are called Kels and Denise Stone. So I actually found them on Bookstagram, and I have read every single one of their books, and I absolutely love their writing. The characters that they write are amazing and brilliant and so adorable. The romances, so wholesome, so sweet, so cute. And the book that I'm going to recommend that I think deserves more hype is Close Knit. This author's newest series called The Hastings. It's going to follow the Hastings siblings, a huge crazy family, and I'm so excited. So the first book follows Cameron Hastings. So he is a traumatized soccer player in England, and this man, what he's gone through is so sad. I just feel like this book goes into very hard topics of PTSD, cyberbullying, mental health, and I absolutely loved it so much. So Close Knit is a sports romance that follows Cameron Hastings, who's a broody goalkeeper dealing with his inner demons and trauma that he has gone through with his other team. And we also follow Daphne, who is the sunshine, quirky, dorky little knitting influencer who's trying to have new experiences during her yes year. So on her yes year, she meets Cameron and have a little one night stand. And then all of a sudden, they find themselves neighbors in their London apartment. And Cameron is traumatized, so he's like, oh my god, you're my neighbor, what are you doing? Are you stalking me? And obviously Daphne's like, dude, what do you mean I'm stalking you? They turn into enemies a little bit in the beginning, but I just love their tension so much. Their chemistry was so easy. The emotional journey of both of these characters felt so authentic because there's on-page therapy sessions in this book, which just felt so authentic. Mental health journey was so good between these characters. This book, the found family is amazing. The healing is amazing. Daphne, she is a victim of cyberbullying, and I just really loved how inspiring her character was and how she dealt with things. Love Cameron because he's a grumpy soccer player. Loved their easy chemistry even when they were enemies in the beginning of the book. Found their chemistry so easy and so sweet and so adorable. Really enjoyed this book, and I feel like you must read it because it's just such a unique, fun romance. Another author I'm going to talk about, Kat Singleton. So you might know her because she wrote Black Ties and White Lies, which got very popular on Book Talk and Bookstagram. But I'm going to talk about her other series because this series I absolutely loved, and it is called the Sutton Mountain series. This is a small town cowboy billionaires romances. It has 3 books in it, and I'm going to talk about my favorite one, which is Tempt Our Fate, which is the second book in the series. All of these books are independent standalone, so you don't have to read it in order. You can just read it by couple. And I absolutely love this book with my whole entire soul. I gave it 5 stars. So underrated. We follow Camden and Pippa, and Pippa owns a bakery in Sutton Mountain, and Camden is an art dealer in New York, and he's opening a new art gallery in this small town. So he has to come to the small town to kind of deal with this whole art gallery. Next door is the bakery, so he kind of runs into Pippa, and they get off on the wrong foot, and it's just so cute. It is so good. Pippa is just like the girl that I wish I could be. She has pink cowboy boots and a dog named Kitty, and she literally works at a bakery. I love food and bakery, and I just feel like that's kind of like my dream life. And also it is a age gap romance. She is 23 and he is 36, which is just so good, and I just loved it so much. He is a grumpy city boy and she's a feisty country girl who puts him through the ringer, and the enemies banter between these two was just so good. I love every moment between them. Kat Singleton just knows how to write the most grumpiest male characters but with such mushy insides. This book is dual point of view, so I love how in her point of view he's acting like a dumb little man baby, but then in his point of view I'm ready to start melting, so I thought he was just so hot and so adorable. I loved his dominant side, but I also love when he was like taking care of her when she was sick. He would get all like shy and awkward around her. It was just so cute. He's a sculptor, which I love that so much. He can cook and he's a sculptor, which is so hot, and I don't know, I just love this book so much. He calls her shortcake, and I don't know, tension and chemistry was so hot. It was so good. Rewrite Our History and Chase Our Forever are both really good too. I gave both of these two 4 stars, but Tempt Our Fate is 5 stars for me. Kat Singleton is the queen of angsty small town romances and billionaires. In real life, billionaires suck and eat the rich and they just go away, but billionaires in books are the pookiest things on the planet. They are so sweet. I will always love a good billionaire romance. There's not one in real life, so please read the series. The last book I'm going to talk about that I think is completely underrated is The Bourbon Boys. This is a series that is ongoing. The 3rd book is going to be released in June, but the first 2 books are currently out. It is Bourbon and Lies and Bourbon and Secrets. Of all the covers are absolutely beautiful and stunning, especially Bourbon and Secrets, just to die for, and I really want to get these covers soon, hopefully. So first of all, it takes place in a small town in Kentucky, and we follow the Fox family, which own a bourbon distillery. One rule is to never fall in love with a Fox brother. Well, I'm a rebel. I fell in love with both of them, Grant and Lincoln. Lincoln is my favorite, but I'm going to start. So the first book follows Grant Fox, and he is a traumatized Pookie. And Lies follows Lainey, who has witnessed a crime, and now she's in hiding in witness protection till the cops can get it under control, and she is forced to kind of be part of Fox brothers' lives in a distillery in their houses, and Grant is not happy about that. It is a contemporary romance, but it also has a ton of suspense, which I am loving. I am so into romantic suspense right now. I find these books so good, so entertaining, so fun. The chemistry is amazing. I absolutely loved her character. We have Grant. Grant is an ex-cop mourning the loss of his partner who died on the scene, and it's just so good. Their tension and chemistry was amazing, but I will have to say my favorite is Bourbon and Secrets. So this book follows Lincoln Fox, who is the brother of Grant, and Lincoln is a single dad of 2 little girls, and I love this book so much because we follow Faye Calloway, and Faye Calloway is a burlesque dancer but also an undercover detective. So she ends up blackmailing him because he sees things that he should not have seen, and she ends up blackmailing him and he runs her out of town. But 5 years later she has to come back into town, and they have the greatest enemies banter ever. The tension between Faye and Lincoln is so good. Victoria Wilder's writing is absolutely amazing. Lincoln calls her Peach, which is my favorite nickname ever. There's a ton of great side characters and found family and bourbon tasting. Faye Calloway is just the ultimate baddie, witty, feisty, confident, and I think she is just everything that I wish I could be, because she's also so loving and so loyal and so sweet. And then we have Lincoln Fox. Lincoln Fox looks like a hot nerd, but he can throw a punch, and he is the world's greatest dad. I love seeing him interact with his daughters. They were so sweet. Took them to mani-pedis and planned birthday parties for them. It's just so sweet, so cute. And Proof, which is the 3rd book, is coming out in June, which follows the 3rd Fox brother, which Ace, which I'm so excited for because I already know who the love interest is. These books are just equal parts thrilling and swoon-worthy and fun and like hot, and these books just feel like you're watching a movie, basically a romantic thriller, and just so addictive. Once you start these books, you just want to fly through because you just cannot get enough. At the end of my video, your thoughts. Do we have the same opinions? Do you find these books overhyped or underhyped? Do you want to read these underhyped books? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching my video. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Bye guys!